Okay, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the boot up or the start up, and I'm going to do some browser tests to see, how they fare when you're browsing the internet. So we're just going to start it up. We're going to boot both of them up at roughly the same time. There we go. That was about the same time. So just going to kind of see which one boots up first, if you're interested to know. So just going to kind of wait here. Got the Nexus logo started on there. And it looks like the iPad is started at first. Let me just enter my pin and unlock it. And it's unlocked the Nexus 7 just behind it. So both of them are pretty much booted up. Let's give it a few more seconds for everything to load. And yeah, seems both of them seem to boot up fine. iPad is slightly faster just by a few seconds. Okay, now we're just going to open up the internet browser, and I have to say before I start, I have cleared the cache, the cookies, everything like that. So gonna get it loaded up. We're gonna go to Engadget. So we've got both of the web pages. I just need to hit go. Need to try it at the same time. That was roughly about the same time. We're gonna see which one loads up first. So the iPad started to load up the page first, but then yep, iPad's done. So the iPad was slightly faster, and we can still see the loading bar up here. So iPad should be done. Let's scroll up. Nexus 7 is still going for a little bit, so I'm just going to keep scrolling through. Nexus 7 is done now. We're just going to see how fast you could scroll. See, I don't really see any white gaps or any checkerboarding or anything while you're scrolling really fast. So that's a good sign. Let's go with the Nexus 7. I think it's still loading. It's got a bit of white space there, but I think the page is still loading, which is strange. Let's go down. I think the page should be fully loaded. Let's try that again. So a little bit of white gaps when you're scrolling really fast. Let's do pinch to zoom. Let's try zooming in on the same piece of text. Let's go to the top. See, it's very responsive. Both are very responsive. You can see the iPad's pinch to zoom is just slightly more responsive when you're doing it, even though this is still pretty quick, the Nexus 7. Let's open up the first link. Looks like the iPad just finished before. Nexus 7 is still loading up. Let's try a different website now. We're going to try androidcentral.com. I've got both of them loaded up, and we're going to hit go. And this one just loaded up instantly, pretty quick. And I did clear the cache on both of them. So you can see Nexus 7.1, iPad just finished. Let's go through the page. There's a lot of pictures and stuff on the page. Same for the Nexus 7. Pretty quick. I think it performs, but the Nexus 7 performs better on this page than the Engadget page, just because there's less pictures, there's less videos to process. So you can see it runs pretty smoothly. Pinch to zoom, double tap to zoom, that all works good. Same with the iPad. Pinch to zoom, double tap to zoom. I want to see how fast the text takes to clear up. So let's go to this. Zoom out a bit. iPad's slightly faster for the text to kind of clear up. So let's try that again. One more time. Yeah, the iPad's slightly faster when clearing up text. But between the web browsers, I think the web browsing experience on the Nexus 7 is still pretty good. But the one on the iPad is just a little bit faster, a little bit more responsive, just when you're using it. So you know, it's pretty good. And another thing to note is it does have the bigger screen, so you do have better web browsing experience. So you can see, let's fully zoom out. Even though it has the bigger screen, the Nexus 7 is show more on the page. That's because it has more pixels. It's got a 720p screen and it has less, so it could show less. So you can see it shows up more despite it even having a bigger screen. So that's just something to bear in mind. But even though when you have it fully zoomed out and it's lower resolution, you can still read the text very clearly on both devices. I think the iPad one's just a little bit more zoomed in. Next one, I head over to YouTube. We're just going to take a look at some flash video. Not flash video, but we're still going to head over to YouTube. So let's just get this loaded up. I spelled that wrong. Let's head over to my channel. I have to use the search. Takes us straight to the mobile one, we're on the desktop. So you got it loaded up. The video does start playing straight away. A little bit faster than the Nexus 7. I think this is using HTML5. And the Nexus 7 is still loading up. So you can see between the web browsing experience on both of them, I have to say the iPad is just a little bit better when it comes to, you know, web browsing experience. You just get a smoother experience and faster one. Because you can see the video loaded up a lot faster than this one, and this one's still trying to catch up. So anyway, let's just play the video on this one. I want to show you the performance while the video is playing. So you can see it's still very smooth.
I also picked up a smart cover as well. I got the blue one.
So if we zoom out, a little bit of lag. But you know, for the most part, it's very, very smooth. Especially when zooming in and out, you can see videos pretty run smoothly. You get the general idea of how the web browsing performance is on both tablets. Between the two, I would have to go with the iPad mini. It's just slightly more smoother experience when you're using it. But you don't have to use Safari. You can use Chrome on here, which I use as my main web browser, and it just works just as good as the Safari. So that's just something to bear in mind. But anyway, that's just a quick look at the boot up and the web browsing experience on both tablets. And like I said, iPad just a little bit smoother and a little bit faster, but it's all down to you. And plus this has a bigger screen, so it's just a little bit better to, you know, web browse on the bigger screen. But anyway, that's about it for the video. Leave your comments below, tell me what you think. Which one do you prefer for web browsing? Leave all that in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Peace.